Hey, what's up, sisters? Happy Saturday and happy full moon in Leo. Whew. You feeling that heat that Leo the lion is bringing forward? I'm sure you've been feeling some crazy energies being stirred up within you. Maybe some passion, maybe some rage, maybe all the things. And it's beautiful and it's just part of our human experience. So let's just surrender into it, all right? So today, that's kind of what's been popping up for me that I'm feeling called to creating a podcast about is surrendering to the flow, surrendering to our human experience and surrendering to whatever is popping up in our day-to-day realities rather than resisting it. Because, you know, February is Valentine's Day, so it's all about, you know, the self-love and romance, and I'm all about the self-love. And, you know, if you are in a partnership, I hope you have like beautiful day connecting with each other and just a beautiful month really pouring that extra energy to connect with one another. But especially if you're single, I would love if you are really upping your self-love right now, because there's always all sorts of kind of crazy stuff that pops up for people around this time of year. And of course we got the collective mayhem. That's just the natural flow of things that's going on out there. So basically, what I want to say is that being fully present in the moment within your body, in however your timeline is unfolding, is one of the greatest acts of self-love, because you are fully in your energy then. You're not leaning forward too far into the future, and you're not leaning too far in the back, in the past, and you're not resisting where you are right now. Because the flow is going to take us wherever it's going to take us, right? Like, you may have an idea that this is the day that you're supposed to do something, and then the universe just takes us in a completely different direction. And the more time that you spend resisting that direction that the universe is taking you, or that obstacle that maybe was thrown in your way to what you thought was to fuck with your flow, reality is it's just an invitation for us to surrender deeper into the moment and just allow our experience to unfold and allow whatever direction that we're being kind of gently guided into to unfold. And this is all about being very, very connected to our feminine energy, connected to the goddess, which is our creative expression, which is, you know, our self-care and our nurturing and our softness and our bliss and our radiance and our dancing and our fluidity and our transformation and our growth and all of it, right? So it's very easy, especially when you're first learning how to bring the feminine energy into your day-to-day. Because, I mean, here's the thing. Women tend to, most of us tend to be more in our masculine, and not divine masculine. I'm talking like shadow masculine of over-pushing, over-forcing, being completely disconnected from our bodies, just kind of going through the grind, hustling, right? And then when we learn that, oh, wow, there's this feminine energy that's been craving us to begin to pay attention to her, and she's craving to come out in the full ferociousness that she is, when we start to get into like the womb work and the sensuality and these feminine energy practices, it's very easy for women to then pendulum swing from being too far in the shadow masculine to going too far into the feminine, where they're not really, you know, they're not establishing boundaries. They're very sloppy with their energy in a sense that they don't have direction. They're not really in a place of leadership. And so if these women are, you know, desiring to bring their business out into the world, or desiring to prepare themselves to bring their light work out into the world, it's very easy for them to just stay in that like analysis paralysis or airy fairy floaty around up in the cosmos and not actually ground what it is that they desire into physical reality. So then the invitation is for them to then bring in the divine masculine to hold the feminine as she comes in and she plays and she expresses and she inspires and she creates and so forth. And that's where that like beautiful symphony comes into play then. So as a woman that is learning how to bring her light work into the world and learning how to do business from the feminine and so forth, quite often what happens is, or even if you're just about to launch, it's very easy to slip into those old patterns of hustling and over pushing and, you know, being out of your body and so forth, because that's an old trauma response that served you, not just served you in this lifetime, but has served you through many, many lifetimes that you lived before this one, where you'll just basically end up shutting down and you'll shift back into that kind of toxic masculine because you're feeling uncomfortable and you're feeling stretched, and that's all that you've known up to this point is that pattern of being disconnected and so forth. And so it's an invitation for us to remind ourselves that it's safe for us to be in our feminine as we expand, right? And so the feminine can only expand as much as she feels safe and held to do so. So that's why it's very important to be integrating not just feminine work, but also work around our masculine energy so that we're not operating from shadow masculine, so that we're operating from feeling safe and feeling fully held and feeling supported and led and guided by the masculine within us, right? And knowing that we have structures in place and we have systems in place and so forth, but allowing us to just flow, you know? So you may have it in your head that, okay, this day I'm going to be doing this and this and this and this and this, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm going to get everything done that I need to get done and so forth. But then something ends up happening where your course just completely ends up, like the course of direction completely ends up being taken off the rails, and you end up having to go do errands, or maybe you have to go to the doctor or something. And then basically you have two choices. You can surrender to the flow of where your day is taking you, or you can resist it and be like, I should be doing this. I should be getting all these things done. And then just drain out your energy and be in a sense of kind of like self-enslavement in a sense, right? Like being that slave driver for yourself rather than just being like, all right, this is where I'm supposed to go today, and just surrendering into it, right? And so that's a much more loving approach to when things are being a bit chaotic, things are disrupting, you know, crazy stuff is happening in your external reality. It's a much more loving place to be in, is just to surrender to the experience and just, you know, we're just going to get through the day and we're going to try to have as much fun as possible. And I trust that I'm being guided. I trust that this is where I'm supposed to be, and not be in that place of judging yourself or being critical that the day didn't flow as it's supposed to, because reality is the day is flowing. It's just your resistance towards the flow that's interrupting the flow, right? And so I'm going to give you an example here. We are always being guided. So yesterday, you know, I had plans to record this podcast. I had plans to write my newsletter and so forth. That was supposed to be the day that I was going to do it. And I woke up and I just was not feeling it at all. Not feeling it at all. I could feel these full moon vibes coming in, and I just thought about it. You know what? It's been a while since I've gone out to Hexenloch, which Hexenloch is witch's hole in German. And so I just gave myself permission. I'm like, you know what? That's where I'm supposed to go today. I'm supposed to go to Hexenloch. I'm supposed to spend the day out in the woods. I'm supposed to connect with Goddess, connect with feminine energy, you know, connect with the mother nature, and just really be in my feminine, be spontaneous, and just really soak in all those vibes, right? And sure enough, like I get out there and my thoughts cleared. I immediately just surrendered into the beautiful space of this the forest of these old trees and this crystal clear water coming off the mountains. And it's my spot. It's my jam, my jammy jam. And as soon as I just sat down and just connected my root chakra to the roots of the tree, I just started to receive all these downloads. And all of a sudden, that like feeling of being uninspired was reignited. The feeling of being inspired, like just, you know, I felt like my well of creativity was dried up Friday morning, and come Friday afternoon, I was re-inspired. I was lit up. I came home. I wrote a post. You know, I did all the things, and no, my work day didn't go as it was supposed to flow, but because as it was supposed to flow in a sense, but really that is how it was supposed to flow, because I listened to that nudge, that guidance, that this is where I'm supposed to go, and just F it, like don't create what you thought you were going to create today, and just make it a day of self-care, you know. So I had a bath. We ended up going to an art exhibit last night and met this Irish politician dude and this Irish filmmaker, and it ended up being like a crazy evening. It's just like one of those eclectic events that Salzburg has. And, we were just buzzing off of people, and it felt really great to just, be out with people, with working at home and living in a foreign country. I don't get out as often as I maybe would have gotten out in Canada, because they don't do full moon ceremonies here and that sort of thing. It's not quite as with it here as it is in Canada. So anyways, yes, I just surrendered into the way that my day was taking me, and it ended up revitalizing me so much that I was able to then ride that surge of energy, that wave of inspiration, to create what I needed to do, right? And so January was very much a month for a lot of people that just so many hiccups were happening in their day-to-day that there's like just so many things getting thrown in the way. And so it's just an opportunity of you to really master the art of surrender and not resist the flow, and just trust that this is all happening for a reason. There's a lesson in it, and to just find your joy within the chaos, right? And so feminine energy is actually a very chaotic energy, because it's not still, it's always changing, right? And so that's why the masculine is very important to help ground and help provide that stability and that anchoring and so forth. But yeah, January was just like one of those months, and you may be experiencing some of that coming up with this full moon in Leo as well. As just like, there's just all these crazy things being sent your way. And so being in your body and being very present through it, rather than checking out and shifting into this resistance or this irritation or these old ways of operating, right? These just, that doesn't feel good in your body. You have a choice to just be in your heart space, be in your womb space, be in your body, and just flow through it, and in the evening time, calling back your energy, calling back your power back to you from the day, because it gets scattered all over the place, right? So just making sure that you call your energy and power back to you, and just doing something in the evening for yourself that feels good, whether it be a bath or doing some sensual self-touching or some yoni egg work, or, just rolling around in the sheets, listening to music, coconut oil, massaging yourself, whatever your jam is, do it, right? And just be very soft and gentle with yourself rather than beating yourself up. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it at that. I wanted to just keep this one short and sweet. But just be in your body, be present in the moment. And when you're present, you're more open to receive, right? Because your energy's not going forward, your energy's not going back. You're fully in it, you're fully aware of what's going on around you. So you can receive the blessings that are available to you in the very now moment. And then you're in a place of receptivity to receive more. So I hope you ladies have a wonderful full moon in Leo. And if you're requiring or craving support in helping you do the shifts within you, the energetic shifts of developing the confidence and developing that self-belief within yourself, developing that strong relationship with the divine masculine and divine feminine, so that you feel like you're in an inner harmony, and so that you really feel magnetic to call in your dreams and so forth, so that you can bring your gifts, your magic, your light work out into the world powerfully, hit me up. I have a couple of open spots right now for Cosmic Radiance, which is a 6-month private coaching container. And with that, we're going into the divine masculine, divine feminine. We're going into clearing up limiting beliefs, traumas, any sorts of distortions in your energy field, helping you really develop that belief within yourself, within your power, within the divine, helping you surrender into the flow and so forth, to really just help you prepare yourself to bring your business into full life. Because you're interested in bringing gifts or healing or so forth into the world, but there's still parts of you that just aren't quite on board, and you have some energetic cleanup stuff that you want to deal with. So I will leave the link for Cosmic Radiance just in the comment section, not the comment section, what is it called? The show notes, that is the word. And you can check out that for more information. So I'm sending you all much love, and I hope you have an incredible full moon in Leo. And if you are celebrating Valentine's Day with yourself or a lover, or with some girlfriends, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Bye for now.